Hey, gorgeous. So last week, we had a bonus call for the women who enrolled early. Well, and we have one man in Hottest Shit on the Internet and $1 Million Sales Bundle. And it was so amazing because I got to look at everybody's work and just chat with them about how they're positioning themselves, their brands and their offers. And one woman came to me and she messaged me a couple days ago and she was like, thank you so much. I made the messaging shifts and shifts to my sales page based off your feedback. And two people bought today. And it was so amazing because she had developed this new offer. She's not switching niches, but she's kind of pivoting her direction. And no one had been buying this new offer. And this happens all the time, right? Where it's you create something new. You're this is so hot. You're so embodied in it. None of that is even an issue. And then when no one buys, it's what gives, right? And then we're oh my God, is my energy off, right? We go down this whole slew of personal development, energetic things, yada, yada, yada. Do you need to unwind 10,000 more limiting beliefs? Is it your trauma? And I'm it's not that deep. It is not that deep. It is about bringing influence to your content. So many of you, without realizing, are literally just marketing to your niche, or you're writing content from the perspective of being the teacher, but not from the perspective of what your client is receiving. I see this all the time. You're communicating with your audience based on what you know and care about as the teacher, but not based on what they value as your potential buyer. And the way that you're delivering the outcomes, how you're going to take your client there, what they're going to experience is overly complicated. It is overly complicated, and there's a little too much poetry, right? And we still get to have poetry. I am a queen of words. We still get to have poetry, but we need to hit it to where your people really value what you say, right? And there's also a major lack of influence. So if you want people to buy quickly, they have to view you as influential. And I don't just mean your fucking lifestyle and the clothes you're wearing, yada, yada. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't mean in an influencer type of way, but I mean in how quickly you're able to lead somebody to buy is showcasing to me how much influence you are carrying in your content. So no matter what you are selling, it could be something that everybody else on the internet is selling. Most often, there's a lot of other people selling something quite similar to what you are. That's pretty normal. But then the way that a lot of times you go about differentiating yourself is so complicated, the client doesn't know what you're talking about, right? And so in the case of my client, when I looked at her sales page and I had her speak to me about the offer, speak to me about how she was taking people there, speak to me about the outcomes that she foresaw, which were not tangible enough, but we got them tangible. And her methodology was not clear enough, but we got it clear. And her influence, right? That thing that makes you so sticky, where someone can see what you're talking about, and then you say the one thing, they're oh my God, boom, I had never heard of that. I had never thought of that. And I'm in, not because it sounds so complicated, but because I see how this is a hot fucking take, a different take that I have not seen before. That was inside of her, but it was buried. It was buried in her sales page. And she didn't really have language for it. And one of the things that I'm such a whiz at is not only being able to teach you, right, how to pull out not just any thought leadership that people want to pay you money for, right? There is a difference between you having an opinion on something and you having a hot take that has you getting paid every day, and bringing instant influence to your content. So it doesn't matter if an offer is new, if your niche is new, whatever it is, you're getting paid today. My client Liv was just on Queen Flow, celebrating her biggest months in business, getting paid every day, $77K cash a month after just pivoting her audience. No income dip. I am brilliant at helping you bring instant influence to your content, which is what gets you paid instantly. You don't spend all this time gaining authority on a topic. It does not take 15 posts to sell. You can sell off every single post, every single live, every single podcast when you're able to establish quick influence. And that is how I skip steps with this whole no like trust thing that takes forever. We actually don't have time for that. And I want you to know this isn't about following some hardcore framework. I will be the first and last always to say a legacy isn't going to be built because you followed 30 days of content prompts, but you have to know what is actually in your current content that is slowing down sales so you're awake to it, right? So we stop doing that. And then also, what is going to turn your content into a cash machine? Not because you're saying something exactly how so-and-so says it, right? But it's like what specifically to bring to your content that gets your people to buy, but it's not about you expressing like so-and-so, right? We're gonna pull out the specific aspects of your brand and how you think and what is unique to you and your business and your offers, positioned in a way that leads your people to buy. So it's never about writing content exactly how I do or exactly how anyone else does, right? You're here to be a trailblazer, but it's about understanding the buying psychology of other people, right? And understanding what creates, so one, buying psychology. Yes, of course, the energetics of like, fuck, expect to get paid, why wouldn't you? But then also, because I see it all the time, like there is just quite simply commonality in content that isn't converting. Like it's not rocket science and it's not that unique to different individuals. I've coached a lot of people at this stage. It's very consistent when I see content that's not converting, and it's very consistent when I see content that does. But I want you to know it has nothing to do with you being a replica or you like losing your truth, because like fuck that vibe. I refuse to do that. That is not what I have my clients doing. But like we can't like just getting up on the internet and channeling every day will make you some money. I'm not saying that you won't. If you want to make millions of dollars, then your content has to work for you strategically. If you want to work less and make more money, your content has to work for you strategically, because you're only going to be able to effort so much to make more money, right? Eventually we want to get to the place of like everything you do just make, if you're making millions of dollars, truth be told, basically everything you do makes money. And if it's not making money, that's what just happened to me. I had like put out an offer. I was like, why are there 2 people? Switched my content, added more influence, 50 people, right? So it's about when it's not happening too, you know strategically how to adjust your content for people to buy. When you're making millions of dollars, it's that simple. So like while people may be telling you to channel your content and stuff, these aren't people making millions of dollars. And you guys need to understand the difference between getting yourself to a 6-figure, multiple 6-figure business and getting yourself to multiple $1 million businesses. They are very different exercises. What helped me grow so quickly wasn't going, okay, well, let me like write content to build a 6-figure business, right? I was like, I always wanted more. You want more. I was like, let me write the fucking content that lands me on the map instantly, right? That had me on top podcasts instantly. Like I established authority, which I call influence, so fucking quickly in this industry and maintained it. I'm one of the only people who will tell you, like, I did not have a hard time in the beginning of business. I really didn't. Why? Because my content was so fucking hot. I was always getting paid. Do you know what I mean? But I knew what to do, and I stayed away from the routes that most people go down, which just lands you friend zone, looking like Sally the internet marketer. And the thing is, you're not Sally the internet marketer. And it's like, we'll feel bad. You'll feel like it's personal, but it's not personal. Actually found is you guys, when I talk to you, are so much more interesting. And I talk to you about your work and how it works, so much more interesting than what you're putting on the internet. And then like in the vein of wanting to make it interesting, it gets complicated, right? And it's like, we just get to bring this potent simplicity, but it works, and it just works fast. When I say you get to get paid off every word you say, I mean it. I make money every single day. You can too. You can too. And this doesn't need to be hard. So if you want to learn how to say goodbye to the common content traps that are slowing down your sales, and hello to the content to cash creation codes that have you paid daily, come join us in Content to Cash. It is a 14-day live experience. I'm going to be teaching you the limitations that are very common in content so you can stay away from them. And very importantly, teaching you why, not only what they are, why from a buying psychology lens, and then on the flip, what to do, right? So that you can create your it factor content, your influence content, be bringing the potent thought leadership to your brands and your offer. So I'm going to teach you the key components of all of those. And again, it's not going to be complicated. It's not going to be confusing, but we need to get into understanding buying psychology, right? Like marketing and sales is extremely psychological mixed with your genius. Then you're going to be having a much easier time on the internet like my client who started making money after one conversation. I had another client who was having a hard time selling her certification. She made $12K sale off one post, literally just by bringing more influence to her content. I'm not writing people's content, blah, blah, blah. It was literally like, bring this forward. She's like, okay. And then it starts selling. Like, it's actually this easy. Whoops, my phone died. Okay, so, or you can join us in Hottest Shit on the Internet. Hottest Shit on the Internet is going to be the deep dive on all of these topics and exactly how to not only create the captivating, thought-leading, influential content that gets you paid daily, which we are going to be discussing the important aspects of in Content to Cash, but also specifically how to apply it to your social media, your emails, your free lives, like, y'all, your podcast. How many of you are creating podcasts that aren't converting? Every time you show up, you should be getting paid, right? And if you're not, there's optimizations to make. It's literally that simple. And if you are and you want to be getting paid more, there are optimizations to make. It's literally that simple. So powerful. And then also what's really potent about Hottest Shit on the Internet, well, one, you're going to get instant access to round 1, teaching round 2 live after Content to Cash. And also with the Q&A calls, I'm going to be able to have my eyes on your business, on your content, on the things that you want me to look at to like really pull out of you what is going to make your content sticky to money and clients for you specifically. So of course, teaching you how to access this and what is important, but then also giving you feedback on what you're doing real time, fucking game changing like it is for my clients. So you can join us in Hottest Shit on the Internet on over 50% off pre-sale now, Content to Cash bonus in. If you were in round 1 of Hottest Shit on the Internet and you want to be part of these live pieces of round 2, you will be included if you're purchasing Content to Cash. Content to Cash is not included in round 1. If you buy Content to Cash, you will be included in round 2 and you will also be included in round 1. Or jump straight into the $1 Million Sales Bundle, which is also going to give you Sales Siren, which is going to teach you how to quantum leap your enrollments through a feminine sales system.